Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land. I hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. It's Sunday today, right? I know that because I'm running a game in this setting right now. Actually, no, that's not even true. Yeah, it is Sunday, though. I think somebody reminded me that earlier. Anyways, as you can see, we already hit our sub goal of the month. But before we talk about all of that jazz, first we have to, shout everything out. Definitely give us a like, a follow, a subscription if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. If you want to watch the live sessions, all of them are on our Twitch page as well. Slightly worse quality, of course. More things that you have to skip through eventually. But that's where all of the newest sessions are happening. So if you are interested, go over there, give us a follow, hang out with us, follow some of our other sessions. It'll be a very good time. In addition to that, we are currently in the midst of scheduling our one-shot runners for the community who are also GMs that will potentially be GMs for our community in the future. These are people that I've specifically screened. I've gone out of my way to get in contact with. I'm super, super, super excited to see what type of one-shot they organize for everything. As you all know, we are a living world type of community. All of our games happen inside of the same universe, and all of them can affect one another, which is what we're kind of dealing with in this game right now. Yeah, fun shit. But yeah, so everything that happens in one-shots are canon to the universe. So you should definitely join our Patreon if you're interested in getting in on some of our one-shots or joining any more of our pay-to-play games where you get to experience a world such as this. But anyways, everybody, let's jump on over here. Hello, faces. How are we today? Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. It's still Sunday. It's still Sunday. So, last session, there was a massive avalanche caused by Dorzen. The party was split only from Willie and everybody else. Willie just far-stepped his way away from the avalanche as he ran, and everybody else maneuvered their way into a lost little canyon of sorts. Inside of there, they discovered the remains of some type of person, a far traveler. They don't really have a definitive description that any of you can relate to too terribly easily. You looted their dead corpses because, that's the proper thing to do in that scenario. And you found a map of a foreign location that is called Solemn. You found out thanks to Willie. You all went back up onto the mountain's peak. You dug around for the dead bodies for a period of time until Kuma eventually got all of the blood he needed, the fangs, the teeth, anything else that, he felt was fancy enough that he needed to trade off for a specific favor. In doing so, you all kind of just wanted to head back to Uthadern, but Willie ended up using True Seeing and saw some type of shadowy figure trapped inside of the ice-covered Alps inside of this mountain range. When Willie flew up there and tried communicating with them, they think the person is really nice and they probably have a couple of issues, but ultimately everything is fine. He seems like a swell fella. I mean, nothing terribly wrong, right? Right. You all went back to Uthadern. Silrin paid up his end of the bargain with Captain Bronze, General Bronze, and casted Regenerate and a couple of other select spells on his sickly wife. After doing so, he notified Bronze that there will be need for more spells and treatments like this every couple of years. Some things can't easily be solved with magic, medicine-wise. Not everybody is impervious to it. It's not a solution to all of the problems in the world quite yet. And after he did that, most of the party remained in the estate after receiving a emergency letter from the Slayer's Take, telling them of some catastrophic event that is happening over in the Menagerie Coast. the first person to receive the letter was Kuma, and then almost immediately after was Silverin, and then after that was Mary. The three of you received these letters saying that there is an open invitation for anybody of your caliber to go deal with this issue. Everybody involved in helping and have proof of that will receive a very generous sum immediately, and any of you that go directly and solve the problem of these large creatures crawling up from the depths of the ocean, well, you're going to be probably as rich as Jimmy just from doing that. So you all decided that you're probably going to go there tomorrow, of course, because tonight you have to prepare your spells, prepare yourselves, take a breather. And Mary went to celebrate herself in Uthadern. As is tradition with Uthadern, anybody who helps out their people get a very large feast and celebration. The Arbiter Lighthammer, Arbiter Batchwell Lighthammer, was trying to do a political ploy in order to make himself sound better for hiring Mary, but Mary, out charismaing pretty much anybody despite other than a god, managed to convince the crowd that all of that was thanks to Bronze, not him. Through some deep-seated interactions inside of the crowd as well, Mary may have just destroyed any political opportunity this man had at getting reelected. Which, I mean, I guess that's how some people spend their evenings, having fun, ruining people's political careers. I mean, hey, we all have hobbies, I guess. But anyways, after doing all of that, you were notified by Mills, the foreman, that you will have the opportunity to get some gems. Just put in requests with him. He'll give you some good, fair rates, but make sure you keep this on the DL because it's not exactly necessary. The last thing that we left off on was everybody going to sleep, waking up in the morning, and you all meeting Bronze's wife for the first time, which was kind of interesting to find someone who can actually tame their daughter and keep her checked. But anyways, it's early in the morning. All of you are hanging out, eating food, stuffing your gullets completely full. And the scene is now yours. Take it away.
It's too early.
That's what happens when you're out partying all night.
I know. We're allowed to party when we're being celebrated, you know.
Yeah, but that's going to affect how you perform down in the Menagerie Coast.
Jimmy, how did you party?
I was a little busy working. I kind of have a backlog I'm trying to get through right now, so I took a break from the party pretty early.
I drank with the dwarves.
I went exploring.
I did manage though, Kuma, to finish that thing that you had asked me about previously, and Jimmy will give him the potion of, what was it, comprehend languages.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jimmy, by the way, did you get the the lead? Mills said he'd send it. Well, I told him to send it here.
I've got the design written out, and he reaches into his bag and pulls out a piece of paper. I didn't have enough time to finish it, but as soon as I get a chance, we'll make sure that gets taken care
All right.
of. I've actually I'll get started right now. And he you see him pull up the last piece of food on his plate and run back into his room.
Well, okay. Let me know if you need any help.
Did I get the Black Monster Ale from Major Ron's?
You already got it.
Awesome.
Kuma, did you get those boots you were looking for?
They're on their way.
Okay. I was gonna go back to that store where you got me these nifty clothes, but it looks like it was burned down last night.
What?
I don't know. There was the pile of ash. It said, It was sad. Some orphans apparently burned it down in an act of rebellion.
Not canon. No.
I was wondering how far this would go before you said something.
No, that's not
insight-
canon.
I'm inciting that. Because...
Sure. I mean, orphans are a wily folk.
Yeah,
You would
sounds
know.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that happens with kids. They set things on fire. That's what happened when he grew up.
God.
You're not wrong.
Jesus fuck.
A little fire never hurt anyone, right?
Wow, Silver really must have a good heart to help out those pyromaniacs.
At this point, Jimmy walks back in. So you have your magical tinkering ability that allows you to create an object within an hour, right?
You're thinking of the Forge Master Cleric. I just
Okay.
have mundane tinkering, but I can create any uncommon or common item in like a quarter of the time with half the materials.
All right.
Something like that.
This is probably an uncommon item. It is not magical unless you are going to lace it with magic. That's completely up to you.
One step at a time. We'll just make the box. as
Alrighty.
it is.
Go ahead and give me a... Since you are working with lead and wood, I'm going to count this as smithing.
Well, I have both smith and wood carvers, so.
Yeah,
we'll
so
just-
regardless, you're proficient in what you're doing.
What's the attribute?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
You're trying to
Weird.
make sure there's no gaps anywhere, because one tiny gap, it doesn't work.
All right, so I'm
Say
about
Jimmy
to.
walks back into the room, right?
I'm about to roll this at a -6.
Can I guidance Jimmy up to like?
It's a 10, and I will flash of genius to make it a 15.
Okay, then. 15's good enough. You now have a box that is lined perfectly with 1 inch of lead on all sides. The box is 1 foot by 1.5 feet in dimensions, roughly about 8 inches deep, since, there's 3 dimensions on things. And it weighs, I'm going to put it at 15 pounds.
So I do have the box here, Mary. I didn't quite get the latch. You'll just have to like tie it with like a piece of rope or twine for now, but it should work.
Great.
I'll work on the latch as soon as I can.
All right. Thanks. Wow, you're really quick.
Well, we had the material, so that part's easy.
Oh yeah. Well. Huh. It's good. What's it called? The craftsmanship there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I've made a lot of boxes a lot better. I guess this one was so rushed. I wasn't sure. I thought it
Oh,
was. You haven't seen too many of these, have you?
No, it's the first lead box I own, actually. But well, as long as it works, it's perfect.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Let me just write that down.
So, you guys have everything? Do you want to do anything in town before you leave to the Menagerie Coast?
You want to say bye to your friend, Dorzen?
You're still muted, Dorzen.
I'm aware. I'm trying to think.
All right.
They are my friend, but I know they're busy.
Well, his friend wasn't there the other day. They said she was out on some business, or they were out on some business.
Oh, did they say they'd be gone for a while?
For a bit of time, yeah.
Oh, then she's probably not home.
Hmm.
I'm fine, Jimmy.
Well, Maybe she could tell us anything more about this collar thing.
Wait, I thought you just said she's not in town at the moment.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to do this, man?
That baby Yeti. Oh, don't worry about them. Anyways, nobody's doing anything. Okay. Silrin. So, I'm not that familiar with anything over there. Do any of you know of a place that I can try to look at?
Since you opened up that history, can I history see if I've ever been that far west?
Sure.
If you describe it to me, I might have been there.
I
9.
Well, it's a port city, and
No shit.
do I know anything Menagerie Coast? Like,
Have you ever been to the
Aspect.
Menagerie Coast?
probably not. Probably heard
I
rumors
think-
though.
Mary may probably have traveled through there. on
Okay,
her
Mary,
way
give me a
westward.
history check.
Should I do one as Willie or?
Sure.
9.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
You have no idea what a menagerie is.
But you've heard of a coast before.
That's the thing you put your drink on.
Well, I mean, you could always send a message to one of the the roses and ask them to stand next to a large tree.
Oh, sure. Who?
Well, isn't
Who?
or ask if one of the others on the emergency contract list is over there already.
Oh, did
Uh,
the 16 have any idea or no?
Oh, that's why I said no. You've never
Oh,
heard of it before.
the na-
Yeah, for you the DC's a lot higher because it's all random for you. It's not.
can I look in the bag and see if there's one of those cheesy postcards of
Jesus
a picture?
Fuck. No,
Look in
no,
the
no, no,
bag.
no. Your bag's not that infinite.
You guys don't have a circle? I assume this means you guys don't have a base in this continent.
No, the only place we have a base is back home.
It seems inefficient.
I could ask for outside help, guys. Maybe they can help us. Lyram, do you know where the Menagerie Coast is? Or describe it? Or if not, I could call that Marcusson Khalif person. They're my best friend.
Lyram looks at you and just, I've never been there personally, but maybe. Do you have any spells that help you in this situation?
I was going to use contact other plane and just ask a bunch of people till we got an answer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who do you want to contact from another plane?
He's going to contact Marcusson Khalif, the person he keeps contacting every night to tell him bedtime stories. Do you know who that is? That's the same person that he met at the Convergence.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah. I just hadn't really constructed a personality for them yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was the, I'm pretty sure it was a female, but they went by they, them, and it was
They are they, them.
Oh,
How about
That's-
Barney meets Rambo?
I just Dorson just got an idea of how to fix this.
Oh.
Does anyone here have message?
Well, I'm working on a device, but
Wait a
not-
minute.
You mean
Cantrip, you
sending?
Yes, that. Yes. Because I know damn sure Ace has been everywhere.
I don't have sending. Where was
Damn
he
it.
heading last time you heard of him?
And we can go ask that witch
Fuck.
friend if she could cast it for us.
Witch? Who's a witch?
Yeah, I'm just calling her witch. The elf woman in the store.
She's not there.
Just she's not in the town.
Oh right, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So you contact Marcus on Khalif.
Oh my god.
Roll the spell in chat for me, please.
Oh god, guys, Willie's gonna be insane after this. I hope you know that.
Please do a Sylvester Stallone accent, please.
That doesn't suit them. You mentally contact a demigod, the spirit of a long-dead sage, or some other mysterious entity. Marcusson does not constitute a mysterious entity, do they?
Oh, I just thought it was anything really. Okay.
No. You are contacting an extraplanar intelligence, meaning a higher being of some sort. Marcusson is humanoid.
Okay, we're gonna bring this up with the change bringer then.
All right, so
Well,
you
there's
contact
gotta
the
be
change bringer?
someplace. Sorry. There's got to be someplace in town where we can like buy a scroll, maybe, of the spell. Can't we do that? Or someone who knows the spell who can cast it for us?
Or maybe a book, a picture book.
Or somebody who's been there before, who's
Right.
now here.
Yeah, let me go start looking around. Willie,
Yeah. I'll do
you-
that as well.
you cast a spell, give me a DC 15 intelligence save. On a failure, you take 6d6 psychic damage. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Oh wait, sorry. I'll roll 5 more. Or...
No, you didn't even roll 1. You just rolled 6d.
Oh.
All right. So you all watch as Willie is looking straight ahead, and then he just starts drooling, and his head crashes into the table.
Willie, are you okay? I'm gonna help him up.
Change bringer.
No, Jimmy. God, something's wrong with him, guys.
So I get what?
Didn't he do this before?
You get nothing, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
It's if you are successful, you get to ask 5 questions.
Round 2. Let's try
No,
it again.
you're incapacitated. You can't do verbal components right now. You
Uh-oh.
can't speak,
Oh no.
Soren, can you fix it before you leave?
and you can't take actions. Yeah. Silverin walks over and goes, "God, what's wrong with you?" Silverin actually does not have greater restoration prepared.
Oh,
Hey, let me
trying to
try
teleport
something.
today.
I pull
Yeah,
out
Mary?
the box and I pull out the collar
Yeah.
and I just touch it to his forehead.
Okay.
Ooh.
Willie is still speaking gibberish.
Right.
He just saw the presence of a god. His brain does not compute.
All right. I thought maybe he was under some sort of magical.
Well, me and Jimmy have done that.
effect.
We came out fine.
This is like
It-
this is like the
I-
after effect. This is like your body reacting to something terrible that's happened to it. It's not like a spell. It's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
being dizzy or something.
His mind does not compute.
Maybe
yeah.
just let him get a rest for a bit, or something. We can just, as long as he's no harm, we can just leave him here for a bit, right?
Willie,
We
do you
know-
understand me?
The birds.
Lyram cannot do so unless you ask him, and you can't ask him. Like I said, I'm cool with you doing the flavor, just do not change anything mechanically. Yeah.
Do we know of any temples in this city?
Yes, there's tons of them.
Hmm.
I liked the idea of asking, "Hey, Mrs.
I'm gonna go and
Bronze.
ask-
Mrs.
Hmm?
Bronze, yes, is your friend okay? Would anyone here know of the Menagerie Coast or have a picture book of it or something? Well, you could always go try our daughter's school. There are plenty of picture books there. And the menagerie is a beautiful, wondrous place. I'm sure they have something there. Actually, that would be a nice little walk. My husband said I'm not... Well, we agreed that I shouldn't walk to school right now, even though I feel better. But having you with me would make it a little easier. I don't like children. I'll stay here.
I'll go with you. What was it? I didn't quite remember your name. Sorry, Mrs.
Mrs. Bruns.
All right. Well, I'll walk with you.
All right. So, you begin walking with her and her daughter through the city over towards the school. Once you get closer, you see that there is a wide range of elven and dwarvish individuals, a couple of other kids for other school subjects here as well. And as you approach, you see that the what are those things called? The teacher who accepts the kids and makes sure like no one's kidnapping them.
A security guard?
Sure. The security outside the school goes up and goes, Kaphni, you're doing well now. Yes, I am. Feeling much better, in fact. This is a friend of my husband's, Amaryllis,
Hello.
correct?
Yes.
Wondrous. Amaryllis? Hey. I was wondering if she could take a look at a few of the books. She needs it for work reasons.
Yes, we just need some, preferably illustrated books from, geographical locations around the Menagerie Coast, preferably, or somewhere closer.
You need pictures?
Yes.
I mean, we don't have many pictures like that, but in the headmaster's office, he does have a oil painting of his honeymoon, which was over there.
Oh, okay.
Would that
Well,
do?
maybe. Sure.
All right.
I mean, we're not going to use it up or anything. We just need to have a look at it.
Oh, yeah, and I should have wondered, what do you need with it? You just need to look at it, that's all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, come on. Brings you into the school. You see many of the kids are running around. Roll me a perception check. Right off the wall. Nobody knew. Just puts up a stick figure drawing of her flipping them off instead.
Positioned by Arbiter Batchwell Lighthammer.
I'm just going to persuade them into believing that there was never a picture on the wall there.
Yeah. DC 35 on that one. But yes, as you walk through the school, you see many of the kids are, just going about their daily lives. Some of them seem to be talking about what they ate for dinner or for breakfast, or what their parents said they did an amazing job on. You notice one child, a halfling girl, who, as she's walking past a couple of kids, the one kid kind of like bumps into her, and when she stumbles forward, you watch as her hand reaches in the pocket and pulls out a pencil case and slips it in her back pocket. I'm sorry. Where you going? Sorry?
I just whistle over to the kid and just hey. Nothing. Hello. Have a nice day.
Is that stranger
Take care.
danger as you're walking around the corner?
Probably, yeah. Talk to strangers.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. You continue working your way through this place, and then you get over to the headmaster's office, where you see he's currently yelling at a couple of students. Apparently they got into a fist fight over who had the better dog. it's kind of weird. This is the type of things they care about, like, a lot. But hey, easy lives, right? As you walk in there, he turns and looks at you and goes, "Are you Sebastian's mother?"
What? No, I'm no one's mother. I was let in here by the safety inspector or something.
Hey, yeah,
Um,
I did.
Oh, he's still with us.
Yeah, he's been following behind you. I mean, he's not letting you
Alright,
just
yeah.
wander a school alone.
All right. Yep. I came to inquire about preferably some picture books, but he told me you had a painting of a place on the Menagerie Coast.
All right, kids. Don't fight each other over dogs. If you gotta fight each other, make sure it's over something important. You know, like, you both have adorable dogs, okay? Yeah, mine's cuter though. I will kick your ass. Oh, no. Get the fuck out of here. Both the kids, like, wander past you. As the one walks past you, as the one walks past you, he looks up at you and goes, "Aren't dachshunds cuter than corgis?"
Well, none of them are quite as cute as the Lhasas. So,
They
It's the
both
cutest.
glare at you like you offended their soul.
I glare back with intimidation.
Roll intimidation.
Shit.
Two crying kids go running away.
You scared them straight?
You would be such a good headmaster.
Get into the roles that matter, guys.
Yeah. Ah, well, that seems to have worked. You said you needed to look at what?
Well, you see, I have a friend or associate who needs to cast a spell of a sort, and in order to do that, effectively, he needs to know, the place we're supposed to go. So he needs to have a look at the picture. That's all. It's not going to destroy the picture or anything. We just need to borrow it for a little bit, and then you'll have it back.
You need my picture of the menagerie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't just be giving that away to people.
Well, you're not giving it, you're borrowing it. Hey, me and my friends, we saved you in your city. Would you rather we let the Yetis back in?
Oh wait, you're the
Help
Slayer
them-
take people.
Right.
Well, why didn't you start with that? Yeah, give me a second. Let me go get the picture. It's no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good reputation with the city.
I know, right? Sometimes when you're nice and good to NPCs, they reward you. I'm trying to teach this to all my games right now. So anyways,
I feel like we're fighting a cause effect of some of those, aren't we?
he turns around, and you see up on the wall is a beautiful oil painting, roughly about 3 feet tall, maybe a foot, 2 feet wide or so. 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall, that he removes from it and goes over to you and goes, "If you don't mind, I'll take it.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, it's a precious little heirloom."
Yeah, of course. Sorry for bothering. It's just, there's other places that need our help as well, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. If you're trying to help people, there's no, you're no bother. Not to mention, I didn't get my morning jog in today, so it'll be good for me to go on a walk. All right. And he's just carrying the painting.
Well, it's a nice little school here.
Oh yeah, it's the best one we have in all of Uthodurn. We go over political studies, social studies, advanced mathematics. We do a lot of history lessons here as well. We even are in contacts with a professional mage who might be coming in to tutor arcane arts. Mm.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should get them while they're young. You know, to start learning that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, the only magic taught in town is taught by people's siblings or family members that went elsewhere in the world. And, you know, it's tremendous whenever we can say, hey, you want to learn some arcane things? Come here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good. Do you take? I mean, do you also have orphans in your school, or?
No,
Is it
no.
more-
We're the private school. It's a bit more
right.
expensive to get in, and well, the moment you say orphan, I doubt they can afford it. And you know
Right.
that's to maintain the status quo of the location, how well everything runs, our funding for our top-rated professors. I mean, some of them do charity events
Right.
and offer tutorage on the side, but schooling is something more, you know, meant for the people who are gonna use it.
I suppose. Well, I just thought if you want to like sort of reciprocate our efforts with the Yetis in some capacity, you see, my friend also he set up this orphanage nearby.
Oh, how
Kind
wonderful!
Children's
of
Kitty
you.
Shelter. Right.
Wait,
You
I heard about
may-
that last night, a couple days ago.
Right. Well, I was just thinking maybe there could be some arrangement where one of your tutors maybe drop by there once in a while to, you know, help them get some sort of learning there.
Roll persuasion.
It succeeds. She doesn't even have to roll.
No, because you're dealing with somebody who deals with diplomats. You do have to beat your average roll.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Listen, you still gotta roll sometimes.
Yeah.
Professional
it would-
liars are good, but come on.
Yeah. You know, it would help in the long run as well because, I mean, if the orphans stay orphans and just as urchins on the street, then things will never get better, right?
Well, also, if we donate our time, we can write that off on our taxes. That is a brilliant
Right,
idea.
Yes. Very
You know,
good,
you're
yes.
not just a pretty face and a good arm. You're pretty smart too. Good on you. Good on you.
I know. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You must be the leader of this group, aren't you?
Of course, yes.
I can tell. You know, like minds. We're on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose
Boop,
we'll
boop, boop,
take
boop,
care
boop.
of that.
You guys show up here at the manor where some other people are working on things and some people are not. And he looks around and goes, "Oh, I've never been inside the Bronze Estate before. Pretty nice. A little more quaint than I thought it'd be. Oh, hello. All of you are the Slayer Take people, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, good.
This is Headmaster. Sorry, I never quite catch your name.
Oh, of course, no problem. Uvanovic.
Right, Uvanovic.
The Uvanovic.
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 All right.
Don't even try to spell it.
Pleasure to meet you, Headmaster Ivanovich.
Close enough. He like tucks the painting under his arm and shakes your hand. All right, so you said you need to look at this beautiful oil painting I bought for myself after my honeymoon with my wife. As you can see here, that's the two of us underneath this huge branch of trees right there. Isn't that beautiful? And it is a beautiful sunset scenery. The beach is kind of closer in around you. You seem to be inside of a little tiny cove that wraps around with flowing water, a beautiful pathway of grass, and these two hooked trees up into a canopy silhouetting the sky itself and the falling sun against the backdrop of this scenery. It is beautiful. It is so incredible to look at. He goes, yeah, and that's us right up there. And if you see right there, that's one of the birds we saw on the day. Yeah, seagull. I made sure they put that one in there as well. Yeah, what is this good? Silverin just sighs very loudly.
Very good.
I guess
Playing
I'll
really well.
I guess I'll try to scry on it.
Question to God: would the people who have interplanetary traveled know the other thing he could have done?
What?
Do me, Willie, or Silver know the thing where if you have a piece from that place, it works?
Oh, maybe not you, because right now you're stupid.
Yeah.
You don't have the headband anymore.
know.
And Willie is also stupid.
Yeah.
But Silver's not.
True, but Silverin is NPC'd right now. As I stated, he only does what you guys say. I am not making him do things.
That's why I brought it up, if any of us knew that.
Yeah. Would have been a good idea. Hey, do you have a seashell? Oh, here. Like, just...
I have this bottle of seashells we collected from the beach.
Yeah. So, yeah, he scries on the location. Cool. Hey, guys, I guess we can leave now.
Thank you very kindly, Headmaster, for letting us take a look at your painting. It's going to
Hey,
save
yeah,
us a
of
tremendous amount of time.
course. Oh, that is wonderful. Hey, also, which one of you, Silverin, was it that made the school?
The orphanage, yes.
Yep.
I'll just let you know that we'll be donating a couple of our professors periodically to go over there and educate a little bit of your orphans, you know, because it is a community after all, right?
Of course.
For some reason,
Very
I
proud of
think
you.
they'll learn more from Super Fang than they'll learn from them. Okay, come on. There's only 2 trees in this godforsaken city. You go outside of the Arbiter's building. Mary, with your passive, Bashwell is watching you through the drapes. He does not look happy.
I just wave up at him, smiling happily. Hello, goodbye.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
We might have to come back to the city, you know that.
No, I did not know that, but okay.
So,
Insight, did Mary do something?
no, you don't incite one another. That's, I mean, if you believe her, you believe her. If you don't, you don't. It just...
Kuma's known her long enough to know she did something. Come
He
on.
did something.
Alrighty.
I don't know what, but something.
So, Silverin looks at you all and goes, okay, we're going to step through this tree, run, and jump out of another tree. Ready? Bink! Go! And he just starts running through.
Run.
The Spring Festival.
Oh, I'm also dragging Willie behind me.
I was about to say I'm pushing Willie into the tree.
Yeah.
Running after.
Okay. All of you end up running through this tree, and you are hit with a gorgeous slap in the face of just warm, slightly humid air that smells of that salty, sweet essence of the ocean itself. As you walk out of this tree, you turn behind yourself, seeing the arch between the two of them and how beautiful it is in the wondrous realm of the Menagerie Coast.
New York, hello, Miami.
Oh, this is so much fucking better.
Oh, I just realized I didn't import that map. I'll do that in a second. But as you step out and look at the scenery behind you, it's already almost dusk here. Time zones is a bitch. But it's beautiful. looking at these stars in the sky, the open, clear weather. All of you are warm finally, and you immediately, I assume, start stripping off all of your winter clothing.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Very excitedly dropping your pants, taking off that giant fluffy coat of yours. Jimmy, while you're taking off your things and trying to shove them in the bag, you kind of knock loose your hammer on accident, and it tumbles down the sand dune towards the beach.
Hold on, guys. I gotta grab that and go down and pick up the hammer.
As you go down the beach, picking it up, wiping it off, you look past the hammer at the ocean, and it is dark. You've been near the coast plenty of times over in Tal'Dorei, but you just see wreckage of ships all around you. Some of which are still partially submerged. Others have had the remains of the vessel washed up on this shoreline. Skewered bodies into spikes on the vessels themselves. And off in the distance, you see what looks like a giant tendril reach out of the water and slam with a giant splash. It's hard to tell exactly how far away that is, but it is massive.
Guys?
What?
Do we see Cthulhu?
I'm just falling down from like the dune I ran down.
And when you look
There
down
you
there,
start
everybody, you see that. You see that incredible, ominous set of water. And now we have the map.
Well, hell.
I lived on the ocean for like 10 years. Do I know what the hell this is?
Give me a nature check. DC is very high.
And which port are we closest to?
You are actually closest to Pheolin.
Pheolin. Okay.
Right there. I'll move Jimmy over there so you can see. 12. I mean, based off of the way the tentacle moved, maybe a giant squid or maybe a kraken? You've never seen a kraken, of course, but they get pretty fucking big. Maybe that big? It's kind of hard to tell.
Is that a kraken?
Maybe. Or maybe something worse.
Based on where we are, Jero, is there any like city in sight?
Not in sight, no. But based off of you all seeing a map of this region and a map of this area and listening to the headmaster speaking so much, supposedly you are not very far away from a place called Pheolin. Oh, I didn't get that pun.
Are we going to be able to deal with this thing, guys?
Well, considering the fact that that emergency contract went out to anyone of our caliber, there's going to be a lot of more strong individuals that's going to be on this task.
But look at those ships.
Jimmy, we're about to enter another war.
You're ready to start stabbing the water.
So, somebody roll me a survival check.
Sure.
21. You're roughly about a mile east of Pheolin. You can walk in the general direction. There is a pathway. And so long as you're not next to the beach, there's not a whole lot of rubble anywhere near you. The beachfront seems to be ravaged much more aggressively.
About a mile away, should be that way. Let's start hightailing it that way. And I pick up Willie and throw him over my shoulders. Come on.
Right.
Does it look like most of the debris has settled? I'm trying just to get an idea if this is an event that might have taken place recently or not.
Roll me an investigation. There are portions of the debris that seem pushed further back on the coastline that look very well settled into the sand at this point.
So maybe
But
like an earlier tide?
yes, however, there are other areas that seem like they're freshly washed in, possibly within the past couple of days. This has been happening for a little while. By your estimate, this could have been spanning for at least a couple of weeks.
I'll mention to Dorzan. I think this has all been here for a little while now. Whatever it did, it's probably long gone. And he'll just keep following Kuma off towards wherever
Those contracts you guys got, they activate as soon as the signal goes out, correct? There's no delay?
Well, there's a bit of a delay, but May just send them out. It only goes out to select individuals.
So this isn't something that the entire Slayer's Take would be notified of?
No. Only that some of the strongest people would be notified of this.
Yeah.
They think we're strong?
Well, we did kill a dragon, you know.
Well, yeah, but I thought I thought everybody had to do that because we're on the bottom, right? That was like our...
No, because I pissed off the devil.
Oh.
Well, they know that we are more capable than we are at the grunt rank, but I that's why I said to Silrun that if we do this, we should definitely demand being reinstated to our previous rank.
Do you guys think that maybe with the Yeti parts, we'd be able to like meet with the leader of the Slayer State? Or do you think we would need something else like this?
Probably something like this.
Okay. And then we'll find a way, Dorzan. Deal with whatever it is this
Halt! You all hear a voice boom over the area. You turn down the hillside that you were walking, and you see that there is a small group of armed soldiers, all of which adorned in the menagerie's basic customs.
Says who?
On the authority of the Marquise, state who you are and why you are here.
We're with the Slayer's Take about an emergency contract.
Kuma and Mary would know Marquise are the governors of each of the towns. They are very high standing in this area.
Right, what he said.
Your Slayer's Take?
Yes.
All right. One of them rides up on horseback towards you. A gruff-looking, dark Marquesian-skinned man removes his helmet. You see there's some flesh on his cheek that seems to be regrowing slowly, as if like a layer was ripped off completely. He has deep-seated, heavy bags under his eyes. No care in the world of the 5 o'clock shadow that's grown in fully at this point. As he rides up to you all and more slayers. All right, good. Pleasure. I am I'm Lieutenant Clearwater. He stretches his hand out towards you.
I take his
Pleasure to
hand.
meet you.
Yes. I am the commanding Selezo at the fort right now. The others are taking the fight to the creatures or helping get the people out that we can. 6 of you. All right, that's a good start. 5. Sylvan speaks up. Yeah, while you guys are handling this, I know a group of people that should be alerted to what's happening right now. I'm gonna go talk to them.
All right.
Well, are you coming back tomorrow or something then? Or?
I'll come back as soon as I get to them. But
All right. Well,
they need to know that this is happening, considering water.
right.
So he wild shapes and takes off. Okay, 5 of you. That means we have 8 total. All right, that's good.
Who are the other 3 that arrived?
We have Vexalia, who showed up today. She's
Oh, boy.
currently out on a vessel, dealing with the issue. We have some young man who showed up, and a dwarf with a colorful beard. I can't remember the boy's name, but the dwarf, Hedgemidge, something.
Hedge, yeah.
Hey, yeah, that guy. Sorry, it's been a few days since I was able to sleep. Let's head back.
Do I know who the young boy he might be referring to is?
Roll me a history check. This is going to be difficult because not very many people ever notice him.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult for me because -1.
And a boy
Yeah.
is the description.
Yeah. 10 does not give you anything?
Okay.
Great. Yeah, I can roll history as well.
$23. There's only one boy with dark skin, who everybody always forgets. His name is Jackie. He's been a member of the Slayer's Take for a very long period of time. He's not actually a boy, he just appears younger because he's so small and unassuming. He's been with the Take probably 5 or 6 years, longer than you have. Though you've never worked with him, you've only ever seen him come back to reap his reward and then leave. But it's kind of astounding, like, the work he gets done is very quick, matter of fact, and then he just leaves and does more. He never stops.
Well, at least we know friends here, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Well, if Hedge is here, then, yeah.
God, yeah. He came through apparently, saying that there'll be more of you arriving so long as any of you can take the contract. Do you have more coming as well, or?
This is our group. We just came, up for finishing a contract up in Uthadern.
Well, our friend Silrin had to go do something, but he might be back.
Okay. Well, I guess this is where we're starting. All right, good. The Slayers are supposed to be incredible, so... Okay.
So, can you tell us anything about how this all started? I mean, or how long ago?
We're not terribly positive. There was a bit of a situation. One of the Marquis of Port Zune His name is Hado. His nephew passed away not too terribly long ago. And, well, there was some suspicious activity around his murder. There's a group of people who came into town who we believe had some association with it. They stole the captain's vessel, took it out into the waters, and then not even a day later, all of these, he gestures out to the water, were at the surface. We're not sure what they are. They come in all manner of different shapes. Some of them are kind of like squids. Some of them are large serpents. All of which are over 100 feet from end to end, as best as we can estimate. And they just rip through our navy like we didn't exist.
Let's see.
Huh.
I mean,
there must have been something, well, on the ship then that was stolen.
I have no idea. This is all the information that we've been able to gather. I've been on protection detail of the people since all of this has happened. My vessel was destroyed and I had to paddle back to the shoreline. Luckily, when one of them grazed against me, I only walked away with this. He gestures to the, healing wound of flesh.
Right.
Lieutenant,
Yeah.
when these creatures attack, do they come in the same size consistently?
No. It's been pure and utter chaos. No patterns that we've been able to discern. If you send a vessel out there and it gets further out than 20 meters or so, one of them within 100 meters finds it and destroys it. And many of the times the crew are just brought to the bottom of the water. And we haven't seen them come back.
Really wish I still had my horseshoes.
Horseshoes, how would that help?
They let me walk on water.
Horseshoe.
Right, well-
Is that that is weird. Okay. But yeah, we don't have a lot of information, as of yet,
Yes.
but yes.
I don't suppose you have any flying ships?
None in the menagerie. We've contacted Tal'Dorei to see if they can loan us any as the closest neighbors with them, but even at that, it'll take them weeks to get here.
Right. Yeah, I think I saw one in Emon.
Yeah. Yeah, Iman has a few of them, but that is the opposite coast, so
Yeah.
it takes a couple of weeks to fly that far, which is only a couple of weeks. That's astounding.
Right. Well, it just seems to me that if these beasts started appearing when that first ship left, if we could somehow get that back in whatever it was that was stolen.
Aye, maybe.
Has the Marquis whose ship was stolen given you a manifest?
It wasn't the
on it?
Marquis, it was the general of the outpost.
Oh.
Yes.
Did he have a manifest what was on that ship?
No, they took him captive. We
That's
arrested
just-
all of them, somehow they got out, and then they were all taken captive.
Huh. Were you able to get names of them?
The individuals? I'm sure that would be somewhere in the prison's records, but we haven't really been focused on that right now. Are all of you going to be the attack force against what happened? Are you here for protection?
We're going to meet up with Hedge and find out exactly what needs to be done.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take you in. As you descend across this pathway into Feolin, it's a fairly large town, shockingly beautiful. Though everything around the harbor and the docks are all abandoned, and even sections of the docks seem destroyed with rubble of ships nearby them. Walking through, there's definitely an absence of people. You see every now and again there is somebody deeper in their home who like opens up one of their shutters to look out and then close it very abruptly. You continue walking through, and towards the center of this town is a well of sorts. And you see all of these different companies around here. I mean, every type of branding store you would expect to see in the menagerie or even in Wildmount is here on display. Though all of them are closed given the circumstances of what's going on. You walk further past until you make it to the west side of town. And when you step into this base, this outpost, you see that there are tents drawn all the way across this area. Many of which are incredibly large, made for groups of soldiers who have come in for assistance. As you are walking through, the lieutenant will turn and go, Hedge, and the other guy are right in there. We're giving them access to everything they need for this job. Is Hedge really, like, your top class?
Yeah, he's way up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was hoping he wasn't one of those people just blowing smoke, you know?
Don't worry.
No one's ever blown smoke in the Slayer's Take.
He believes you.
I look back in my notes. Oh yeah, he's the third in command at the Slayer's Take. Okay.
Yeah. He was the nice one.
Yeah.
Very
I had to
bubbly.
remember, it's been a while.
Yeah. He has the gray, black, and pink beard. His hair pulled back into a tail, but the receding hairline sitting in. He's definitely towards the tail end of middle age for a dwarf. But I mean, he is third in command of the Slayer's Take right now.
Is the only person who's met Jacques so far Dorzan in this group?
Yep.
Yeah. And he's not going to recognize me.
Well, Mary knows of him.
All these people are Take members, so I assume
But
there's some degree of acknowledgement.
So, as you walk in the door, you see Hedge over by the table currently expressing different ideas of combat fighting. And Dorzan, you see the familiar Marquesian-skinned young man. He's kind of seated with his feet in the chair and his legs pulled up with the staff kind of just tucked into his arms as he's looking at the map that Hedge is currently working on.
Dorzan walks up to Jackie and goes, Jackie, you son of a bitch. And I try to, like, predator grip his arm.
19, 21, 23.
To hit, yes.
Okay. Oh, wait, he has 4 attacks, sorry. 19 again. As you go and swing around, the quarterstaff cracks, and punches and pummels into you twice, pushing you halfway across the room. What's that damage die again? Yeah, 8s, and then 10s. Okay. So that'll be a total of 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
As Dorzan walks over and tries to grab his hand. But immediately, this individual moves at an incredible speed, pummeling and slamming into him, pushing him back. And
Oh,
Orson, are you okay?
where the hell was this when you were training Grunt?
who are you?
Kind of a weird way of meeting.
Oh,
Hedge walks over and goes, Jackie, why don't you settle down a little bit, friend, eh? That okay? He's a member of the Take now.
I was a horse when we met.
You...
Wait, was it an actual
Dorzen.
horse? I thought you said a
Dorzen.
centaur.
Dorzen.
Yes.
I thought you were one of my enemies.
And then Jera wonders why we're not nice to NPCs. Crack, crack, crack.
Oh,
Edge, how's it going?
He's here to get cracking.
Hey, Adam. That one I caught. I hate you. DM inspiration. Hedge turns around and goes, hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, I'm here. I wasn't expecting the three of you to show up exactly so fast. Wait, where's Sylvan?
He had to go talk to someone.
Okay. And you
By the
brought
way,
these guys with you too.
well, considering that we're on the team and we're all up in Uthadern,
I mean,
We're members of
we fought
like
like
I remember you guys. You had promised. You dealt with a dragon. I'm proud of you for that, with the assistance of the other people who were involved with it. Mary, Kuma, you mind sidebar real quick?
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
All right.
set Willie down.
Willie, stop drooling. They haven't met you yet.
First impressions are everything, people.
I'm gonna wipe off Willie's face.
Oh, want to take a bath.
So, as you're brought over to the side, he guys, I kind of went over her head by making you guys get the letter, and she's already going to be pissed off about this, but I know you are perfectly capable of at least helping us with what's going on. You probably shouldn't have brought newbies with you. This is dangerous shit, guys. This is... We fuck with you by sending you out to dragons.
Well, they've already proven just as capable as we are.
Really? Wait, you're not...
There was an army of Yetis and a bomber.
No, I'm not actually taking the piss out of you.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out if you are not, because that's, you could.
No, I'm being genuine, as if I've ever been anything else.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with the crying one?
He did some spell and fucked up.
Yeah.
What
He's,
the fuck? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's still in his Hot Topic outfit.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a new addition
All right.
to our very own menagerie, if you will.
I like that one. Yeah. Actually, I have to check to see if he would have this spell or not. No, he doesn't gain access to it. Too bad. Hey, well, okay, we're gonna keep him locked in a jail cell so he doesn't hurt himself or anything. Do we have to like tape his tongue to a piece of wood so he doesn't swallow it?
No, he'll be fine after arrest.
All right.
Also, Edge, and I quickly pull out the barrel. Didn't forget about you, man.
Thank you. He starts actively crying. Thank you. He takes the barrel over towards the desk, places it down. Oh, this will be my celebration when we get out of this, all right?
Yeah, it's called a Black Moss Ale.
Black Moss Ale. Sounds fancy.
From a barrel that was only made one of.
Good people. I like you guys. Good. All right, so Jamie,
Gimme.
Jimmy.
You go, Jimmy.
and Horseman.
Dorsen.
I
Close
thought his
enough.
name was Horseman.
I think his last name is Horseman.
No, he used to
Horseman,
be a
Horseman,
horseman. Oh,
Doors, and also, if there are any pirates out here, I used to be known as the cavalry, but I doubt it.
cavalry. I prefer that one.
Horsemen on a pirate ship.
That's funny. Well, anyways,
Stop horsing around.
he slaps you hard on the back, Mary. He does show affection like that, so you're used to it. You have bruises. Ugh. All right. So apparently your teammates. I'm not sure if they really expressed exactly how difficult this entire.
They have said nothing.
Okay. These meetings are sent out after our first iteration on the task. If none of the people we sent here come back alive, we send an investigator. If the investigator does not come back alive, we send somebody of their previous ranking. And if someone of their ranking does not come back alive, we open up an emergency fund to see if we can't get people to deal with a situation like this. This is, well, I mean, based off of what you two dealt with, that whole situation you guys dealt with, last year, that was something they contacted us about sending emergency people here for.
Oh, you guys were at the Ivy Heart?
No. I was over at that other town in the middle of nowhere with the giant telescope. I like the telescope.
I don't know the one. Don't give me.
Westrun.
Oh, Western.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was over there. Actually, come to think of it, Mary, Kuma, and Sylvan, none of you answered the call. Oh no, that's right. She was in charge of sending them out, and she decided she didn't want to give you guys the call because she didn't want you to do. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey. But yeah, I was around there with all of that happening, and well, for situations that big, this order comes out.
All right.
Now, we're not sure if we're dealing with something that's catastrophic, of course. But we are dealing with something dangerous enough that we need more powerful hands on deck to handle it. Just know that as of now, we have only had one successful run into the water where the people who went in there came out alive.
Right.
What kind of intelligence came out of that fight?
You'll have to talk to Vexalia when she gets back. She was in charge of that run. Lost 14 crewmen.
So, and do they lose a ship every time they try as well?
Ships never come back.
All right. Well,
We were told that some people took the ship of a general and the general's whale.
Right, yeah, we heard about that. That was kind of fucking weird.
I feel like they might have something to do with it. If we can figure out what they took out there.
Yes, we've already ordered a couple of investigations over towards those individuals. I would actually like to make your introduction with a couple of people from the Empire. They are leading the investigation of what's happening. We're the muscle in this situation.
Right.
You see a very old, liver-spotted human with long gray robes, black etches all around it, step upstairs from the lower cellars of the area, hairline pulled all the way back, very, very old, but somehow still here. and standing beside him is an individual with darkened, blend-in type of clothing. Definitely something that looks a bit more shady and seedy. He has a softened complexion about him, but very dark, focused eyes. His shirt pulls up high on his neck, and right above that, there's a massive line all the way across from a giant scar that seems to be healing. He's wearing a pair of gloves currently, and as he walks in, he's just rubbing his palm like it's agitating him slightly. Everybody, this is Trent Ikathon. It is a pleasure to meet you all. The old man steps forward. I am here with a few of my trusted investigators, my Volstruckers, and we are handling the investigation into the individuals who are rumored to be from all of this.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, and we're glad to have your help.
He nods his head. Just so you all know, this is a Cerberus Assembly member, so please be respectful, all of you. He looks at everybody except Mary. He knows Mary's nice.
What's the Cerberus Assembly?
The Cerberus Assembly is the largest organization of archmages inside of Exandria. We are also the advisors to King Dwindle of the Empire itself, and we handle all protection of secrets, of knowledge, and of the arcana for the entire area of Exandria, and Wildmount more particularly.
Oh, well, it's good to meet you.
You as well. He looks down at you. James Totova, correct?
Yeah. How'd you know?
I saw an ad for you a few years back.
Oh.
It is all right. If you would not mind if after all of this that I got to speak with you in private about some of your ingenious creation and understanding of tinkering and maneuvering of magic inside of materia. As an Archmage of Antiquities, I would be very honored to learn from somebody genius like yourself.
It'd be an honor, a pleasure, sir.
You are. Thank you. And this, he gestures to the individual who steps forward, polishes off glasses and puts them over his eyes. You may just refer to them as S. They are here to assist me and to safeguard me while I am conducting my own investigation. S smiles at you all and just nods their head. So, it looks like we are here to work together on this situation.
Indeed.
Right.
Wonderful.
We already sort of, well, I wouldn't say we have a set goal in mind, but it seems to me at least that this stolen vessel of the general, was it?
Yes.
Seems to have been the source of all these troubles.
The stolen vessel happened along the timeline, correct, of when these creatures emerged from the depth. However, the vessel itself had no immediate implication on what was transpiring. I've already contacted one of my other Volstruckers who happened to be engaged more intimately with that whole situation.
All right. So there wasn't anything on board or anything that, I don't know, may have kept these things at bay or something?
No. However, I have conducted a little bit of research These creatures are ancient primordial creatures, usually kept under the weight of the ocean itself, down at the depths. We have old writings and fairy tales that have been transcribed for all of us. Apparently, these primordials feast on everything that finds its way down there and cannot surface unless attracted upwards.
So something's attracting them upwards.
Something did, and now they will not go back down. They are deaf creatures under the waters. At that depth, nothing speaks or moves quick enough to warrant their sensory, but they have immaculate eyesight. Based off of my preliminary investigation, those of you with the higher passive sees Hedge gripping the desk and starting to like crack a section under his hand. Their eyesight can stretch upwards of a mile with any form of light.
That's very impressive.
Yes.
Do we know exactly where in the ocean they are spawning from?
They are not spawning. They are here. They surfaced. These are native creatures to this land, though they are not beasts as we would know them. They are creatures of old influence from magic and from nature, back before the time of the divergence. The age of Arcanum, if you will.
Meant to say, do we know where they are precisely surfacing from?
We have been able to pinpoint a location where they are much more active. Deeper into the waters, roughly 20 miles out or so, is where the largest of these creatures are. Though I have done nothing but divine upon that location, none of us have been able to find volunteers willing to go out that far. The creature itself is, well, by my rough estimates, using logic of submergence, divination, and everything else of the sort, is roughly the size of this town.
Right.
So
God
we
damn.
believe that is where they are most active. The larger of the beasts are roughly about 25 miles off the shoreline. The smallest of the beasts move their way closer inland towards all of us. We have reason to believe they are not territorial in nature, as they have not been acting in such a manner.
Do you have any idea how many beasts there are in total?
I have been able to count distinctly 23 different beasts in total.
Right.
Then I guess the best idea would be to start hunting the smallest ones first, eliminate them, and go after them one at a time.
Is that the only thing all of you Slayer people think of?
No, there's a reason for.
I'd say we should focus on trying to find out what's attracting them up here and try to get them to simply go back.
Hedge. I would like her to be in charge. I mean, she's a wondrous woman, of course, but her years of experience are, excuse the pun, dwarfed by my own. Eh? He elbows you in the side.
I don't need to be in charge if it's a big deal.
No, I would like you to be in charge of this. The Cerberus Assembly is funding all of you coming here. And as of yet, we have heard nobody give us a good recommendation as to what to do outside of kill it till it dies.
Right.
So, I like the fact that you think outside of the box.
Well, thanks.
I
I'll do
mean,
my very best.
Very good. Now, if you need any more information, please ask now and do not bother me again until I come back with more information to offer.
Is this the only town under siege? Are they primarily coming here from the ocean or other ports being?
We have seen their influence reach as far out close to Port Zone, but they have not influenced any deeper south. We have not seen them travel more northwards, any closer than Mother Side Reef. Which, of course, he gestures at the map on the table, which is the map of the Menagerie Coast, this map. So, the predominant area they have been seen around is from here to the reef, southwards, closer towards Port Zone. Now,
And what of the island?
you mean the Twinwood Isles?
Yes.
None
Any
of us
news?
are able to get in contact with them. They've been segregated from the Menagerie Coast for quite some time.
Are these beasts? Are they attacking the city as well, like the docks or anything, or is it mainly the ships?
They are too large to make their way inwards on most tides. Closer to the docks, of course. It seems like they only influence the docks by throwing vessels towards us, which of course they can pick up a keel boat and throw it half a mile sometimes.
Right. Well, perhaps it'd be best to send out word. Well, I suppose you already have, maybe, to anyone to just stay away and.
The Menagerie is currently on a full lockdown of the shorelines across the entirety of the coast. Even further northwards and southwards, we are not taking any risks. No civilians, no vessels. We have withdrawn all of our warships, and they are waiting at select docking points that have been monitored and patrolled in case we need them. But aside from that, they are not permitted to go out.
Right. Because it seems to me that if we don't go to them, they don't come to us.
Perhaps.
So that perhaps, gives us some time to look into the source, at least.
Very good. Whatever it is that you need from us, please speak to S. And I will be conducting my research in my own private quarters. It is wondrous to meet you all, of course. He stops on Jimmy and smiles a little longer and then nods and heads off.
Okay. Just writing down
What-
here.
Once he and S are gone.
Oh, S is staying.
Oh, S is staying?
Mhm.
Okay.
What was the name of the archwizard who just left again?
Trent
Trent
Ickathon.
Right.
And oh boy.
And he is the Archmage of Propaganda.
That's literally his title.
Yeah. The Archmage of Propaganda.
Oh, that fits so well.
Yeah, it does. Any of you with political, actually just Mary. Mary, roll me a history check once you heard his name.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, you have no idea who he is, except Hedge was like, hey, everyone else be cool about him because he's kind of important.
Koma, I don't know how we're supposed to fight something that's the size of a city.
Carefully.
Well,
With a lot of planning involved.
sometimes it's better to just avoid fighting and driving off, you know.
Harry, if you
I mean,
knew our luck-
I'm used to fighting things that are bigger than me, but that sounds terrifying.
Yes, I agree.
Jimmy, can you make rings of water breathing?
Well, I've got devices. You remember the bubble that I gave you, and
Right.
the
Forgot you had that.
the no step boots. I could make us all some of those so we don't drown. But yeah, I think I might need to work on a couple things.
Mary, am I right to have a sinking suspicion that we're going to have to go into this trench?
Well, I'm not about to like give orders or anything, if that's what you're worried about.
But
I'm worried that whatever's drawing them up is right at where they were sleeping.
Well, that could be, of course. But I mean, there's got to be someone who can. Well, I know. Well, Willie probably has some ability, but he's a bit out of it, and Sylvan's gone right now. But if we can at least find someone who can ask the gods or something about, we need some kind of hint or direction as to where we might at least find some answers.
The fact that it's only 25 miles out is where they're congregating shows that whatever happened is really close by, and that it could be something either on the seas or on land that forced them up.
Is Willie's friend? Are you here? Jimmy's just looking around.
What's up?
Hey. Yeah, you can roleplay him.
Can nice. Do you think do you think Willie would be able to speak with whatever those things are out there?
Yeah, probably. He can speak to a lot of things, especially if that lady said it was primordial.
If we don't know why they're here, maybe one of them will tell us.
I mean, I would wake him up, but he has to tell me to wake him up.
If what Archmage Ikathon said is true, these species of creatures don't talk. There's no need for it where they were living.
A lot of species like that use telepathy. I feel like that's common.
I mean, we could also. We should probably try to find that person who actually experienced this thing.
Vexalia.
Yeah, maybe if we know kind of what it looks like or how it is.
Well, when you call her in to talk, just give me a heads up so I can avoid it. She does not like me.
I get the sense that a lot of people don't like you, Dorzen. Is there something we should really know about?
This one's transference.
All right, I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but
I dangle my holy symbol.
Passives of 20 or higher, you see Jackie like raising his hand to talk.
Right. Yes.
Thought you were here.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of him. They don't really communicate. Normally, they have expressions of how they feel, and that's about it.
But are they? Would you say they are more intelligent than animals?
In some ways.
Right.
They convey their emotions very easily. Mostly towards the beginning of the morning, before the sun rises, they get very loud.
Very loud? How so?
You'll just hear a emanating humming noise is what it sounds like, but it's them expressing a reluctance, an anger, and a hunger.
So they're reluctant to do something, and they're angry at something. So something must be here that they don't want to be up here by the sounds of it.
I would like to take a step in for a moment, please. S steps forward standing very tall, very proudly. As somebody who has been a adept linguist for a very long time and capable of comprehending any language, that is not what they are doing. They are speaking in forms of gibberish in the primordial tongue.
So they've been driven insane.
No, it's... Yes, it is, as a fact. You are giving them poor information. I know this. My magic is flawless. Magic's not the same as feeling something. Jackie just immediately backs down.
Are you sure it's gibberish in primordial and not a sub-dialect?
What are you speaking about?
We have the-
Sub-dialects.
Do we have the map of Solemn with us? Who has that? Damn it.
He's currently blowing snot bubbles.
I can. What are you talking about, Dorson?
Map we found of Jimmy's home. I don't know the word for this.
Right. I'll go grab it from Willie.
Alrighty.
It is written in a dialect that is based of primordial, but it is not primordial.
So you take out the map and you show it to the Volstrucker, and because I have to process this information, we are gonna be right back, everybody. Jesus.
You had to bring in the freaking score.